Nate the Great, the real deal. But I can't forget Bubba Hound. Home team, Killer 2. And we can't forget about the Dog Pound. See, when it comes to Scott Projects, calling all Scott Projects. Calling all Scott Projects. Y'all hear that roll call sound. We can't forget about the Dust Bowl. Can't forget about the Brown Lounge. On the count of 3, I want y'all to say, Free Shadrack. 1, 2, 3. Free Shadrack. Rest in peace, Sean Howe. Can't forget about names like Frankie and Newkirk and MD and Cartwright. They made millions of dollars with Cecil Brown. Rest in peace, Big Brown. Rest in peace, Big Ray. See them Scudder boys, they really hold shit down. We can't forget about Nap. Rest in peace, Nap. Can't forget Jody Hound. Can't forget about Vicious by the Vicious Guy and how you pass that money round. Can't forget about my homie Red. Don't forget about Ronnie Red. Trump need to free Jesse Red. And y'all better not think about forgetting Hattie Red. Man, we can't forget about Black Chris. Don't forget Popcorn. Can't forget about Richie Rich. And what about that living legend Don Don? Man, we can't forget about the twins on the home team side. And what about them other 2 twins? Rest in peace to them, because both of them had died. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? They were from the Killer 2 side. We can't forget about Bullards. Thank God they let BJ free. Can't forget about Big Duke. And don't forget about Gigi and Stevie. You don't forget about Luke Duke. Can't forget about Blowfish and Muffin and Ryder. And don't forget why Trump freeing Jesse Red. He need to free Fats and my nephew Lil Art. And rest in peace to my other 2 nephews, CB and House. We really missed them a lot. Can't forget about Kazi. Can't forget about Musclehead. Can't forget about Miss Peggy passing out all that bread. And rest in peace, Johnny Red. We can't forget about Miss Renee and my sister Pee Wee. Can't forget about Sean and our best friend Misi. Can't forget about the other Sean, because our best friend was Angie Wimberly. And we can't forget about them nasty girls, because they was all cool with me. You know, his names like Desiree. Can't forget about Pooh Baby. Rest in peace, Nene. Rest in peace, Baby-O. Rest in peace, Boom Boom. Can't forget about Zandra. Can't forget about Poochie. You know, the nasty girls was deep, man. You can't forget about Wani and JoJo and Pebbles. And it was 3 Tanyas. One Tanya had a sister named Tamika. And don't forget about Dadu. You know, I just want everybody not to forget about my nigga Cool Daddy. And you definitely better not forget about Nunu. Can't forget about Lil Punchy. Don't forget about Lil Bruh. You know, rest in peace to Roy too. Can't forget about Ant and Alley Cat. And rest in peace to Mr. Babalu. That was a special man. Can't forget about Wes and that nigga Haywood. Can't forget about Gang, Tar, aka Gang, to make it understood. Gang was where I got that attitude from. Gang used to say, Nate, you gotta make it hard for them. You gotta jam their ass at the line. You gotta press them, Drake. You gotta make it hard for them, Nate. Fuck that. That's how I was so aggressive, man. I remember I used to be thinking about that in my head a lot. Yo, and we can't forget about L Money. You know what I'm saying? L Money was another type of person, you know what I'm saying? He was a legend way back. You know what I'm saying? L Money used to always say, you know what I'm saying, they trying to divide us. He ain't used to like that, to separate the sides and stuff like that. And he say, man, we all from the project housing, you know what I'm saying? And he say, you ask us what we doing, you just say, bitch, we counting thousands. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, L Money, you know what I'm saying? So I run that shit back and be like, Nate, where you from? I'm from the project housing. Nate, what you doing? Bitch, I'm counting thousands. You know what I'm saying? So we give a shout out to L Money, you know what I'm saying? And then I also want to take the time to give a shout out to Tavares, you know what I'm saying? Our brother, you know, he lost his wife, you know what I'm saying? Tavares Hamilton, man, he lost his wife. But I just want you to know that your wife gonna be looking down on you and them kids for life. You know what I'm saying? So keep your head up, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody's saying, damn, Nate's so smart. He remember everybody's name, but I know deep down inside I ain't remember everybody's name, and it was so hard trying to remember everybody's name. But when I, upload this, my damn phone gonna ring, and niggas gonna be like, you ain't remember my motherfucking name. And I'm gonna say, dog, chill. Don't go off on me too much. Let me explain. I'm not finished. We can't forget Elijah, because he did his bid. And Shantae ain't rat on nobody. And he did 10 years. He really stood for his. Just like how Mess stood up there with Miss Cookie and drunk all them beers. Rest in peace to Mess and Miss Cookie, them two lovebirds. You know what I'm saying? The same way Sherelle stood up them stairs and did all those girls' hairs. So technically speaking, Sherelle Thomas was the first legal millionaire. That money touched her hands for real. You know what I'm saying? And she's still eating. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget about Crystal. You know what I'm saying? And our brother Al. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Al. You know what I'm saying? We cool as hell. And Sherelle, you can go tell David Delancey that one day came. And everybody in the projects remember Miss Butch and Rocky and Ebony Disco name. You know what I'm saying? So one day came, baby. Believe that. And we got to say rest in peace to Player Pat. Who remember Player Pat? You know what I'm saying? And Binky. Remember, you can't forget about Binky also. You feel me? Don't forget about DJ Diamond. You know what I'm saying? We call him Bebe. And rest in peace to Cut, because I still remember all that funny stuff she used to say. Like, all right, Nene, keep talking shit. Don't make me comb your damn hair today. We can't forget about Money Kell and his little brother Andre. And don't forget about the other Money Kell who over there with, who stayed by Twin and them. That's our little Zoe. You know, because his brother had passed away. And that was a very sad day. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget about G.I., Wimp, Trab, and Charm. Can't forget about Mo, the other triple OG, you know, for all the work he done. Can't forget about Terry. My dog Terry, he trucking now. You know what I'm saying? Tavares Leatherwood trucking now. My man, I'm proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And man, for sure, trucking. Proud of y'all, you feel me? Can't forget about Mama Red and Pauline and Lil Mikey. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely can't forget about they brother Tennis. You know what I'm saying? The other triple OG, Straight Menace. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about Jack Kenzie and his sister Jackie, looking fine as hell like Serena's. Can't forget about Eric. And rest in peace to Parja. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget about Charlene and Valari and Champ. You feel me? Can't forget about Ernie Bain and Tay Tay and Fish. DJ Fish, man, keep playing my music, dog. I get paid when you play it on Spotify. I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And we just can't forget about Kent Howard. You know, that's Home Team. That's where the name came from. You know what I'm saying? The story behind that, Home Team. You know, he beat up a whole motorcycle gang by himself, took the brass knuckles, broke about 3-4 niggas' jaws and shit. He was blooded up though, you know what I'm saying? But he choked the leader out and told the other ones to haul that and make him retreat. And he said, "Get go, man, go." You know what I'm saying? So he's like a hero, like a captain. Could make a goddamn comic book out of that shit. So that was like crazy, you know. And then he went back to the Dust Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He was bleeding when the ambulance came. They got all the niggas from the motorcycles and shit. They were looking for Ken, but he was gone. You know what I'm saying? But they say he collapsed in the Dust Bowl though. But before he collapsed, he looked up at the sky and he said, "Home Team till I die." I was like, yeah, bitch, that's the gang I'm in right now. So it's Home Team. We definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We want him to know we love him to death for that. You know what I'm saying? We live, we ride on that. You know what I'm saying? And we can't forget about JT Money. Buddha, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Jeffrey Cello on the tackle. You know, JT had to make the list, and that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't, you know, when we reminisce, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta know how to have that kind of range to remember people like, say, rest in peace to people like Fruit Man. You know what I'm saying? You know, rest in peace to Snake Man. You feel me? Yeah, you know what I mean? You can't forget people like Gangsta D. AKA E40, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up, you know what I mean? And then I want to give a shout out to these two badass little kids. They were bad as hell, and their name always was in the air, man. They name rung bells, you know what I'm saying? Badass Pooh Man and Badass Pac-Man. I'm just gonna put them out there like that. They name run bells, you know what I'm saying? So I want, after Badass Pooh Man and Pac-Man, I want the Dog Pound side to go ahead and take a stand. Rest in peace, Rooster Man. Rest in peace, Rooster Man. And we can't forget about Big Herb, you know what I'm saying? He one of the coolest, you know what I'm saying? And then his brother, he got the wardrobe like he Don or something, man. That boy, we call him Smooth Black, or, you know what I'm saying, real name Julius. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And we can't forget about Hot Shot and rest in peace to Kojak, real name Lamont, for those who ain't know that. We don't forget about Jeff Bridges. My dog came out from Jam Man, he came to North Miami and you know, to play fullback, to block for me. I really appreciate that. Rest in peace, Bull. Can't forget about Butchie. Can't forget about Lowdown, you know what I'm saying? And we can't forget about Sherelle. She just beat cancer, man. She put up a hell of a fight. She really represent Dog Pound. She whooped cancer ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, she put up a hell of a fight. For those who don't remember, Sherelle, that's Omar Road wife. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Omar Road back when I went to the University of Miami, and I got to know him. And one thing about Omar, let me tell you something, man. Everybody know he can catch. You know what I'm saying? He got good hands and he can catch. But I want to let Omar know, man, when you was able to get Sherelle to say I do and become your wife, that was your best catch yet. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely can't forget my boy Rock Preston. You know what I'm saying? Rock Preston and his superstar brother Flea. You see what I'm saying? Now when it came to football, those are two boys, them niggas, man, that's who everybody wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? And see, one thing about Scout Project, we got so many athletes. And I know I can't name them all, but man, let me tell you something. They still wasn't finished. Because years later, down the line, wearing that blue and gold, number 13, you can't forget about Snoop Menace. Yes, Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that was hey, and now I want y'all to come on over here to the other side of the tracks with me right quick. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to land this plane. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the beginning, it was called the K and Crash Crew way before they changed it to Killer 2. You see what I'm saying? And I want everybody to respect the roll call and don't get offended if I don't mention you. But rest in peace to that nigga Clyde. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Clyde. And we can't forget names like the living legend Brad Pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Cho for all that dirty money cleaning up a lot of ghetto churches. You can't forget about his brother Rob, the little gangster little brother, and P-Man Sam. Rest in peace to P-Man Sam. He had the Polo Dynasty going crazy than a motherfucker. But I want to take the time to say it's very disrespectful how this city would not name a street after them. You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. If they call me and be like, hey, Nate the Great, you're doing a lot of good work in the community over the years. We want to put up a billboard or a sign or whatever. I'm going to say, put up my sign. Okay, no, don't do that. Put the Polo Dynasty up and sacrifice mine. See, Mega Ball, we stay on that real time. Y'all need to go study that Genesis album. Because them boys were way ahead of their time. You see what I'm saying? And that's on the real. And I want to say, you can't forget Big Tim. You know what I'm saying? And Big Tim, I want you to keep your head up, dog. I know your wife passed away, man. You know, she was a ball of positive energy. Everybody loved her, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got a whole community that come together like that, you gotta be a special person. So you be strong for them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna be our angel forever. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about Henry and Patrick. You see what I'm saying? The brothers. You know what I'm saying? And before Messi Marvin got paralyzed, man, we used to do backflips on them pissy ass mattress. For real, dog. Me, Johnny Hook, rest in peace, Derek Pleasure, you know what I'm saying? C, Neil, Cornelius. And Cornelius was coming out of class, he was saying, da-da. I don't know why he used to do that. We used to do that shit, da-da, da. See who can do that shit the longest till he fucking turn blue in the face and fall out in the damn classroom, scan the damn teacher. But we was not retarded, all right? We wasn't retarded. But we did have a tardation, though, dog. Something was fucking wrong with us, bro, doing that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everybody to not forget even those females like Tisa Bain, you know, Toya Still Standing, you know what I'm saying? Shalonda Brown, you know what I mean? You can't forget about Claude, you know what I'm saying? You can't forget about Khan the Don. His real name is Leon, you know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to his brother Bo. You know, I know y'all had a tight bond, you know, and Bo was in one of my best friends at Legacy Evans also. We used to be in the back of the class, just not doing no fucking work and shit, talking about what animal wasn't on Old MacDonald farm? Like, what the fuck? We're like, Old MacDonald had a farm. He ain't had no lizards on his farm. Old MacDonald had a farm. He ain't had no roaches on his farm. Like, roaches? What the? Like, nigga, we was tripping. You know what I'm saying? But that just go to show you the range, you know what I'm saying, of how and why it is so important to come to the Scott Project reunion, you know what I mean, because it's going to be a lot of fun, you know what I'm saying, so please leave your guns, you know what I'm saying, and come for who can't come. You know, there's a lot of people who can't make it, but there's a lot of people who can make it, so understand that, and that's why we saying the song, we all grown now, chasing our own dreams, separated, but we all still home team. You see what I'm saying? And saying another song, the Project Love song that I have, we say they can get their bulldozer and knock all our projects over, but we'll never forget where we used to stay and how we used to play. Great.